What's up, people? How's everybody been doing? Oh, what an interesting time to be alive on the earth, like to say the least, right? All the dynamics of the changes and shifts and unveiling that we're going through at rapid speed has got a lot of people in a lot of chaos. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about the concept of the inner child work. And if you've been in the NLP world, working along different life coaches, you may have done some work in inner child work. Now, for those of you that are newer to this conversation, let's kind of talk a little bit about timelines, and let's talk a little bit about collapsing time, and let's talk a little bit about past lives, future lives. Okay, so we're in this, and obviously, if you're inclined to my channel, you know that I'm a channeler, you know that I'm like a spiritual being. I talk about spiritual stuff, and I'm going to reference this in connection with spirituality, not in connection potentially with how people use it in NLP work, because that could be different than the energy I work within when it comes to inner child work. But I'm going to give you the concepts that I feel still make a little bit of sense for that. But for those of my NLP people, if there's some changes to something that I'm saying, throw it in the comments. We'd love to just have you support the video as well by telling us if there's something different in the mechanism that you guys use inner child work with. But if you think about this, so we're human in this human form, and we are living in this time of 2022. Okay, so we didn't make up time. Time was here when we came to this earth plane, and it's the only space in the earth, or the only space in the galaxy really, that has time created for us. It's here on earth. We measure it in time. Okay, so we've reincarnated and multiple times throughout our lifetime, throughout our whole soul's lifespan. And our soul may have had a life in 1942. It might have had a life in, 222. It might have had a life in whatever year it is going to be, or future lives destined for us to be able to step in. Now, every time we come to Earth, it's for a mission, right? We're here for a purpose. We're here to learn something. We're here to go through an experience. We're here to take these lessons back so our soul can continue to evolve in learning and understanding and knowledge. So it's a cool thing when we think about it that way in context to coming down. Now, it's challenging emotionally to be here on Earth. I get that part, totally get the dynamics of that. But once you can understand that it's almost like this game of us stepping in to gather our lessons, to go through things, to learn from, to integrate, to heal so we can fully embody, it changes the energy just a little bit on things, right? So it becomes less dense around us and more quest-like, let's say. That's actually a really cool word. I think I'm going to keep using the word quest. I really like that. It reminds me of Zelda when I was young, right? Such a good time. Anyway, stepping into that space, right? So if we think about it in timeline fashion, and even if we think about it in a way that if you've ever had a past life regression, we go back into the life to be able to gather what we're looking for based on our intention that we set, and then we can heal all the lives between then and now. Because we're working in this continuum that the only place on earth has time, we're not limited by jumping into different timelines. So for some of you that might be like, oh my God, that's a little bit crazy to think about, but that is the truth of energetic alignment. That's the truth of being able to jump dimensions. That's the truth of someone living in this timeline and others living in this timeline, meaning there could be destitute and trauma and chaos and rawness here, but over here, and we live on the same street, let's say, over here in this timeline is daisies and roses and love, peace and joy. And we actually can calibrate our energy to match whatever side we want to be on. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is the inner child work from the spiritual perspective, from the sense of where I guide people through. And our inner child and our childlike self, when we were certain ages, went through certain dynamic situations, okay? Somebody could have told us something that we took on or in as a belief that we started to own. Like my mom used to say to me all the time, money doesn't grow on trees. So integrating that belief into who I am, right? So that was a belief that I still have had up until, whenever I cleared that belief. But there's a lot of this are integrated in. So we've been through experiences as kids, and because we potentially were socialized by that time, and in our parents' energy and in the energy of the environments that we grew up in, we dissipated our ability to be connected spiritually. Because when we first came out into human form, we were still remembering, we were still connected. And the more parents that can pull that out of their kids and honor that and step into that, the more they'll be spiritually connected in their life. But a lot of us don't have a clue that that was something that we needed to do. And I say that with love and respect. Like, I'm not saying that as a dig whatsoever at all. We just didn't know. Like, there's no manual that came with your babies, right? There's no, like, here's spirituality one-on-one on how to teach your 2-year-old to continue to levitate and talk to animals, right? Like, that just never came out, right? So we all had these experiences as kids that are now starting to show up in our world because we are at this acceleration of illumination. We're at this acceleration of light. We're in this space right now of really honing in and transitioning our light lanes, our light bodies, our mission on earth. And we cannot do it without clearing the past. So that includes inner child work. That includes us going in and connecting with our inner child and finding out why she has anxiety around making a lot of money. To find out why she gets scared when she's about to go on stage to talk, why she believes that this, and this, right? So do you see, we go back in a guided meditation to meet your inner child wherever they are. Some people come out of this and their inner child was locked in a closet, and their inner child was starving and, not feeling loved, and all of this dynamic. We're going in to meet our inner child and to do some work with our inner child to be able to change the energetics. Because the second we heal it in the inner child, the ripple effect happens just like it does in past life work, because it's now time life, right? Happening now. The more that we lean into this and we create that ripple effect then in here and into the future, right? So the inner child work as spiritual beings is such a key piece right now, especially. It was before, it had its advantages before. We were talking about it for a while. You may have heard about it for a while, but it is right now showing up dominantly because our inner child is potentially, most likely, if you are watching this video, still leading the charge based in that low vibration energy. So if you're ever feeling scared that you can't pay your bills, you have a fear around that. If you're ever feeling like you can't fully express yourself because what will people think? And I could go through so many narratives that are happening for us now. Once we go back and we heal the inner child and step into that and be able to embody that and really help them step into the space and release the energy from them, meaning they do not need to be responsible. They can go and play and be, and you now honoring as a human your inner child, which is another integrative piece of this kind of work, is now actually, what did you love to do when you were a kid? What was fun for you? What made you laugh? What were you desiring? And now as an adult going to take action in that space. So it's such a cool process, but it's deep. It's deep. And some days it's hard to go back. That's why this month, in the month of July, so if you don't see this video in the month of July of 2022 and you're interested in this program, please feel free to send me a DM. I'll make sure I link up my Instagram in the notes, but send me a DM because I will be bringing it back. But we are doing this program this month in the month of July. We're going to be reuniting with our inner child. That's the name of the program, and stepping full-heartedly into this work of doing this work with the inner child, because I just feel it's such a key dynamic piece to our evolution and our next steps and our next phases, and remembering and really remembering and reclaiming our full sovereignty. And this is a piece that needs to get done. It's part of our healing process. And it's going to be a cool container for me to help serve in and step into and be an embodiment with. So I'm just grateful for all of it. So I just wanted to jump on and say that to you guys today. If you have questions about inner child work, you can throw it down in here. Because it is such an extreme healing process, I was just asking the question, like, while I'm recording right now, if I should do an inner child, meeting your inner child meditation. I might be able to do it in some way, shape, or form for you guys coming through, but it won't be in the potent energy, because I can help the energy when I'm in a program. Like, I can help people come up and help them heal and move through some of that stuff. So I just don't have access to you, if I'm doing it on a video like this. But but we'll see what drops in, because I think it will help for sure. A lot of you, even just to be able to acknowledge and know where your inner child is and know her or him and meet them and help them move through whatever it is they're going through. So we'll see how it drops through. But if you're interested in the program and you're seeing this soon, please feel free to shoot me a DM, message me here, even on comments and stuff, and we'll get you the link. I'll throw it in the actual notes of the video too, so you guys can check it out. It's still on, it's early bird price $333 right now until the middle of this week. It goes up again. So just dive in if you feel the need and called. But we are really, really, and as you know, I've been saying this for a while, stepping into this magnetic, energetic space. And it's time for us now to fully embody this next level. And this is one of the pieces that we're working within. So hope you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for commenting, for sharing, for doing all the things. I'm grateful that we are aligned together. And I'll see you guys in another video soon. Have a great day.